battling, and he said he plays it short to Giles, shoots from distance, what a goal! What a magnificent goal! Ryan Giles has put one straight into the top corner.
Zbog tehničkih poteškoća moramo ponavljati ovaj uvod, ali velika čast i zadovoljstvo je danas u gosti Ryana Gilesa, lijevog bočnog Hull Citya, čovjeka koji je bio jedan od ključnih figura obrane Sergeja Jakirovića u prošlogodišnjem pohodu na Premier Ligu, igrao je i finale na Wembleyu i bio je bivši engleski U21 reprezentativac, prošao je sustave velikih engleskih klubova, već igrao Premier Ligu u sezoni 23-24 za Luton Town, a bio je član rostera Wolverhamptona kada su 2019. imali povijesni doseg sa Nunom Espiritom Santom i osvojili 7. mjesto u engleskoj Premier Ligi, a za igrače fantazija mogao bi Ryan Giles biti jedno od velikih iznenađenja i prikupljač bodova u novoj sezoni Premier Lige. Ryan, thank you very much for your time and energy for this interview.
No, thank you very much for having me.
What is the atmosphere like at the training camp? Have you recovered from the wild end of the league season?
Yeah, no, it was great to. The celebrations were fantastic after winning the playoff final. Very well deserved. We had a brilliant celebration out in Las Vegas with the team, but it's very much back to work now, work mode. So yeah, and the lads have been training well. Training's been of a really high standard, and everybody's in good condition. So yeah, it's been really good.
Can you a little bit we go back on that game on the Wembley against your former club, Middlesbrough? How it was, crazy things happened with Southampton and everything. And how do you remember that atmosphere before the game and everything before that?
Yeah, obviously, it was an interesting situation, but ultimately it had nothing to do with us as a football club, and I think it was important for us just to keep working and getting our heads down. Of course, it wasn't ideal at the time when you wasn't sure who you were playing against, but I think when you play against, you play against each team twice in the season, and you sort of know team's strengths, team's weaknesses, what they possess. So I think you have a basic understanding of each side anyway. So I think for us, it was a case of just staying out of the drama and getting our heads down and just waiting to see whoever it was we were actually playing, and then preparing for them properly. And I think we did that really well, and I think we fully deserved the victory on the day.
You have Premier League experience from Luton Football Club, and what do you think is the crucial start of the season when new arrivals came in the Premier League? You have Manchester United, Coventry, Aston Villa and Chelsea first 4 games. Do you think that a good start is crucial from new arrivals in the Premier League?
Yes, of course. I think obviously starting well is very important and gives you that confidence boost that you'd need and you would like. But it's obviously not that simple and not that easy, of course. But I think obviously if we prepare well, we've got a few pre-season games to play. If we can, pick up some victories in them games, I know. Obviously, it is about building up fitness, building up match sharpness, and getting minutes into players' legs. But I also believe if we can install a few wins in these games, it'll put us in good stead going into Man United, and then we can try and build on it from there.
You've been part of the team when Liam Rossignol was gaffer of Hull City, and that season you stay in the league because thanks to a goal difference. And Sergej Jakirović came to be Hull manager. What think is what the biggest change Jakirović brought to the team mentality and training methods in that team that you from bottom of the league you go on the Premier League?
They go to Vegas. What happened in Vegas, stay in Vegas. So this is not for me. Yeah.
I think obviously I think the gaffer's been brilliant since he's been in, and all of his staff. I think obviously they come into English football. They obviously didn't have any experience in English football as a manager. So I think he's given us license as individuals and as a team to play and play to our strengths. And I think for me as an individual, I think that was the biggest positive I got out of it. I think the gaffer enabled me to play to my strengths, and I think that ultimately got the best out of me and other players in the team. And as well as that, I thought they brought a real positive energy and a positive mentality to the group, and I think him and his staff made they made us players want to really play for them, and I think that's really important, and that's credit to them. And now him and his staff go into the Premier League.
So that chemistry with Marko, with Sergej is the crucial and the greatest strength of the Hull City in this moment. Strength and connection between the manager and players.
Yeah, definitely. I think they come in and installed a brilliant togetherness with from themselves and with us players as well. They really listen to us players as well, which we ultimately appreciated as well. So I think they've come in and really give a good account of themselves, and they've reaped the rewards with a first-year promotion in English football to the big flight, which not many managers will have done in their time. So no, credit to them.
Hull City make change on the goalkeeper position. Croatian national team goalkeeper Ivar Pandar go on Glasgow Rangers, and a familiar face in Premier League, Jack Butland, 87 games in Premier League, come back to England, come to Hull City. What do you think about Ivar, and what do you think about goalkeeper position for new season?
No, I think obviously if I speak about Ivar, a brilliant person, fantastic professional, probably one of the best I've worked with in terms of the way he applies himself on a day-to-day basis, and he was a fantastic goalkeeper for Hull City. I think at the end of the day, not just this season and previous seasons as well. I think he made a massive impression the season before. Obviously, this one when the club was struggling and fighting away down the bottom of the table, I think Ivar, played a huge part that season. So, like he has done this season as well, off the back of a promotion. So. I think he can be really proud of himself. I know us as a club and as from a player's perspective and the staff, everybody, appreciates what he did for the club and the impact he had. And, obviously it's always a shame to see people go, but this is a reality of football. But, he's gone to a fantastic club in Rangers, and such a big club for him to build on and continue growing from. So I wish him all the best. I still exchange messages with him as well, which is nice. And we were able to do something extraordinary. So that's memories for life, and you don't forget them. And with Butts coming the other way, obviously for us that's also a massive positive, with somebody that's had Premier League experience, and I think that's really important. And he's still at a brilliant stage of his career where, I know he's obviously just recently joined, but his experience and, the type of person he is, he can add a lot to the group, and he can also help a lot of individuals as well. So I think it's brilliant on both parts, really.
Yeah, can you explain me explosion of Ollie McBurney? He had a great season last year, and he reminds me of Jamie Vardy in terms of playing style. Can he be a surprise for Premier League fantasy players this year in Croatia?
I think he definitely can. Yeah, I think Ollie possesses a lot of qualities. Not just obviously the way he plays, his personality, the type of the mentality he has within himself, the leader he is, the way he comes across in games. He's a brilliant player to have in your squad, and I think we were very, very lucky to have somebody like him, last season, which he played obviously a massive part in us getting to where we want to be, and obviously sealed the deal in getting the goal at Wembley. So obviously like with all of us, we're all stepping up again this season, so it's going to be very tough, and like him as well as myself and everybody else, we've got to step up. So he's somebody obviously with Premier League experience. He's been there, he's scored goals, so I have no doubt that he's going to do that again this season. But he needs the service, he needs us players behind him as well to help him. So and we fully intend to do that.
Ankle, isn't it, on crutches?
One famous coach, Rob Edwards, is he the most important person in your football career because he gave you opportunity on New Bucks Head, first professional game, Telford Darlington 0-0. He gave you opportunity on your first Premier League game, and he is great coach after that, Watford, Luton, Middlesbrough, Wolverhampton. But he's very, very important for your career.
Yeah, no, like you said, Rob was somebody that I spent a lot of time with at Wolves as a young lad, and he gave me an opportunity. I think I'd have been 17, 18 in non-league at Telford United, and that was, my sort of first taste of men's football. And then for him to give me, an opportunity to make my debut in the Premier League as well was special, really. So, somebody that I'm really grateful for. I still speak to him now. We still speak in regular contact. So yeah, really grateful for someone like him to give me that opportunity, and it was enabled me to learn and keep growing as an individual. And I come back into the Premier League this season better off than I would have back then, because I've been able to take the lessons from last time, and I think that's important. I think life's all about learning, and everybody makes does things in life where you can come back and learn from them. So yeah, really grateful for him, and he did send me a message every week to congratulate me on promotion, and wish me all.
Congratulations! How good does that feel?
It was an amazing feeling. I think I've come a long way from, obviously, like they mentioned on there, I've been through a lot, especially over the years of injuries, etc. And I think to come out with the award this evening has put the icing on the cake for me, really, and it's a good chance for me to just enjoy myself and kick on now for next season.
The best for this season, so yeah, it's really good.
With only 18 years old, you are part of the Wolverhampton team with Nunom Espiritom Santom, 7th place on Premier League. Great players. Do you remember that season, and great Nunom Espiritom Santom season?
Yeah, I was only feels like a million years ago, but I do remember it very well. Obviously, was able to be involved in with some fantastic players. Your Ruben Neves, your João Martinez, Raul Jimenez, Pedro Neto's. There was some fabulous players. I was able to experience training with on a day-to-day basis, and a dressing room with as well. So, and a fantastic manager in Nuno, like you said, that's gone on past Wolves as well. Obviously, he really left a fantastic mark at the football club, but he's gone on and established himself as a really good manager as well in the English league. So, really, really proud to obviously for myself to experience that at such a young age, and been able to take that on to be the player I am today. So yeah, very grateful.
You mentioned some players, but I must ask you for Adama Traore. He was in the mainstream public in that days. What was it like marking each other in training, because you were up against one another in the training sessions?
Yeah, not great, I'll be honest.
Does he really have baby oil and that stuff on the games and everything?
Yes, that is true. Yes, because he's so big and strong, but he's obviously got big arms, so you can grab hold of him. So he uses the baby oil, so they slip off his arms. But no, he's a brilliant player. Physically, one of the best I think I've ever come across. But he's also a brilliant person as well, and was always there if you ever needed some advice or an arm around. And obviously he's gone on as well to have a great career as well. So credit to him.
You have great experience with awesome players and coaches, but I must ask you for Coventry season, and that time first loan option was for Viktor Gyökeres from Brighton. He came in the Coventry. How you remember him from that age? Can you imagine that he will be such a great player, only 5 years after that?
Yes, you could. Honestly, you could see the potential from day dot when he walked through the door in Coventry. His explosiveness, the way he runs in behind, his finishing, like he is the player he is now. You could see it back then. I think for him it was just a case of getting games, getting experience under his belt, and keep growing. And he did that. And he's obviously playing for a fantastic football club at Arsenal now, and he's on the world stage, in the Champions League final. So, credit to him. He really has, stepped up to world level, and he's doing a brilliant job.
You'll be part of England youth national team with Tariq Lamptey, Conor Gallagher, Angel Gomez. And what do you think about World Cup now, about England national team, and how tough is the loss against Argentina for you and England fans?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to have a couple of caps in my youth days with England. Something I'm really proud of to look back on. Yeah, and obviously very disappointed, obviously, with the outcome of the World Cup, but also very proud. Obviously I can relate in some aspects as a professional. It's any game is never easy at World Cup level, and I think the lads can be really proud of their achievements, and ultimately fell short at the end against the world champions, and I don't think that's not really anything to be ashamed of, if you like. Obviously, they have a big expectation with the nation behind them, but I think they deal with it really well. And obviously, it's unfortunate, but they'll be back, and I'm hoping for a strong Euros tournament.
And my last question, Michael Carrick, you was part of the team Middlesbrough. He was first professional job like a coach. Now he's coach of Manchester United. What do you think about him like a coach?
Yeah, I've got a brilliant relationship with him. I'm really grateful for the opportunities he's given me and the belief he installed in me. I think probably that first season with him was a season of real big growth for me, and he played a massive part in that by believing in me and allowing me to continue to do what I did. So obviously, like I've said, I'm really grateful for him, and he's gone on, and obviously now he's a manager of one of the biggest clubs in the world, which I think says a lot about him as an individual. I think he was a fantastic coach, and he's obviously got Jonathan Woodgate with him as well, who was someone I worked with as well at Middlesbrough as well. So absolutely delighted for both of them. Really like them both as individuals, as coaches. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Just won't be wishing them luck against us on the first day of the season, but I hope they obviously go on and do brilliant things in Manchester United, just not first day of the season. Yeah.
Ryan, thank you very much for your time. I wish you all the best in new season with Hull City. All the best for you, Sergej, and all the boys in Hull.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
Sometimes